What is up, YouTube? It's me, John Avenger, once again. Sorry for that little interruption. It's just this computer when it can't hold too much files because the HD takes up a lot of space. But anyway, enough about that. We're back to Sci-Fi month. This is review number 11, and yes, this is the rant you guys have been waiting for here. This is the second Transformers movie, Revenge of the Fallen, which I do not own anymore because this movie just pisses me off. And not even the first time I saw it. When I first saw it in the theater, once again, just like the first one, I let a lot of things slide. But this time, I'm going to bring in the fury. This movie is 2 hours and 20 and 30 minutes long. It is way too long. It's even longer than the first movie. And these films get excessively longer as they go on. And Michael Bay just did not care for this one. I can cut some of the writing some slack only because the it was made during the writer's strike and that hurt that movie and Quantum of Solace. So but there was a lot of things Michael Bay put in the movie that were just not needed. There's like 15 billion things happening in this movie. You didn't need dogs humping in the beginning of the film. You didn't need Shia LaBeouf's mom getting hung up on weed pot brownies. You didn't need the freaking the chick with that has a long tongue that wraps her tongue around Shia LaBeouf's neck, or more Megan Fox ass shots. We get it. Megan Fox is hot, but after that movie, there's a reason she didn't come back, and now she's doing these god awful Ninja Turtles movies. Anyway, the movie just it's just way too overpacked. There are some good things to the film I still like to this day. The opening action scene where you see Optimus and all these other robots fighting, that was cool. The fight with Optimus in the forest when he's beating the crap out of the Decepticons and then he dies. Spoiler alert, yeah, that was cool. And then the ending, when he fights the Fallen. The Fallen's design is pretty cool. And Optimus takes him out in like a minute with a jetpack and he flies. That was cool. But the movie just has way too many things that annoy me. Once again, John Turturro's in the movie. He has to take his pants off and you see him in a thong. That wasn't needed. The guy that played Leo, Ramon Rodriguez, is the most annoying character in the entire franchise. I hated that. I don't like that actor. I hated him in this movie. He was just a stereotype. The entire movie, he's a pussy. He's like, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god," and then Skids and Mudflap. They don't really bother me that much. I know, they're racist. I'm like, they're robots. I'm not gonna take that against them because they're not even real. But Ramon Rodriguez was just not needed. You really could have just put Shia LaBeouf by himself and with the robots, and that would have been fine. There are way too many characters in this movie. The sex jokes don't work. Oh, enemy scrotum, stupid. Just Devastator. He looked all right, but it's just the cartoon is better. I mean, the action scenes. There are a couple scenes that are cool, but when Shia LaBeouf dies and then goes to robot heaven, that's stupid. I mean, what the hell were they thinking? I mean, this movie is just way overblown, and there's a desert scene. Again, the ending of the movie has to be people fighting in the desert, just like in the first one, when the soldiers are fighting in the desert against the Scorpidon, I think. Yeah, one of the Beast Wars Transformers. Yeah, but I'm tired of deserts. Stop doing movies in the desert. We already had so many franchises in the desert. We had Mad Max, we've had Star Wars, all of them, including the new one. We've had freaking, other what other franchises have had sand? Aladdin, just too many movies in the sand. I'm getting sick of sand. I just unless it's a sandy beach, that's something. But sand and desert and pyramids, I'm just getting tired of it. The Mummy franchise, just no more deserts. I'm tired of deserts, please. They're just so boring. Anyway, just the movie, it just drags on. There's like tons of things happening. Shia LaBeouf is like he got injured with his hand, in a car accident, so that's why he has a cast on his hand the last 30 or 40 minutes of the movie. That's fine. It didn't bother me, but it's overblown, and there's a reason that this is considered one of the worst ones. I still think the fourth one is worse because the fourth one was way too long, and it was like 3 hours, close to 3 hours, and there was no point of it. It was just padding. Anyway, the movie goes on. They resurrect Megatron, which, yeah, because he had to bring him back. The special effects are not a problem. I think the special effects look great. They were worthy of being on screen again. Most of the robots look pretty cool, but Why would the movie's called Transformers? It should be about them. The human characters just seem like they always get in the way, and here it was definitely a big flaw of the film, and it just hurts the film. Every single scene, there's people talking. When Shia LaBeouf's going crazy in class in college, and he talks to Rainn Wilson. Rainn Wilson was completely wasted in the movie. He does nothing. It's a stupid line. I am the Alpha and the Omega. I'm like, that's just dumb. Wheelie, that little robot that get Megan Fox like burns its eye, is voiced by Tom Kenny. Sounds like Steve Buscemi for some reason. And yeah, there's just too much happening. There's too many things in this movie. It's overstuffed. It's way too long. It's boring. Like in the middle of the film, when Optimus is not on screen, he's just gone. And a Bumblebee can't talk for whatever reason. That's a stupid gag that doesn't work. The film basically has no plot. It's just a lot of subplots strung together and a bunch of padding, and just it's just thrown right on the screen and see what sticks. That's not a plot. A plot has to be a consistent, coherent plot. A story that flows, not a story that goes in 50 different directions. And I'm just tired of it. It was just so tiring, and just the stupid humor. And of course, explosions have to happen in every scene because God knows we need more of those explosions. Excuse me, I'm a little bit tired, but there's just so much in this movie that's just wrong. I mean, it's noise. The movie's just a lot of noise, and it just irritates me. I never want to see this film again. It's just so padded out. Just it was the start of the decline of the Transformers movies, because the first one was tolerable when I saw it in the theater, and now I'm like, nah, it doesn't hold up. But this one's even worse. This one, the problems were starting to show even more and more and more. And while I liked it in the theater, I will not see this movie again. It's trash. It could be so much better. That's the thing. Joss Whedon, when he did the Avengers, he didn't put fart jokes. He didn't put sex jokes like like freaking dogs humping, or a girl like trying to seduce Shia LaBeouf. You didn't need that. Just do robots right. Them fighting each other for like 2 hours. That's what we wanted. We didn't want 2 hours and 30 minutes of people talking and characters underused. And the military guys are okay in the film. Tyrese Gibson and Josh Duhamel. I like them as actors, but they're barely in the film compared to Shia and the other characters. And just Jetfire is at the that old crotchety uh, robot. Yeah, he like dies at the end because he gives Optimus his heart or whatever, and it goes on and on and on. It's so plotting. And if this was the last movie, I would have been happy. But no, this movie made millions of dollars, and I'm like, wow, it did not deserve it. And the Rotten Tomatoes score proved that yes, a lot of people hated this movie, and now I see the turd it really is, and I never want to see it again. When I see 2.5 hours, it better be damn worth it. I don't want just a bunch of CGI thrown on my screen and with no plot, because you can't just put style over substance all the time, because then you don't know what It's not enjoyable. It's just painful. And these movies are PG-13. Yet they could do a lot more with it. Just make a fun movie. Stop making this franchise a joke, Michael Bay. You've been doing this ever since the second one. And Aaron Kruger, you're a shitty writer. You should not be writing these movies because you don't know what you're doing either. I mean, you put the robots to the side and it's all about the humans. Why can't we just have the robots do what they do? The animated movie from 1986 is the perfect example of having humans in the film but not distract from the robot action and the plot. That's what we want. We want the cartoon. We don't want a freaking fan fiction version of Transformers or the Bayformers. And it's aggravating because Michael Bay is a sellout now, and the fact that I gave him my money to go see these movies is just it's pain. I don't know why I did that, but hey, I won't make that mistake again. But anyway, that's my thoughts on Revenge of the Fallen. It sucks. It's way too overblown. You could have cut half of this film and it would have been a lot better. If the movie was an hour and 40 minutes, I would have been fine. You didn't need all this padding, all this sex jokes, all these stupid humor that doesn't pay off. Like 50 subplots going on, 50 different characters that you don't care, you're going to forget about by the time you wake up from your nap after seeing this long turd. But yeah, it sucks. I mean, it's the first bad sequel in this franchise. Now, the next one I'm going to definitely review is Dark of the Moon. There are some improvements in that, But like this one, it's just another long, boring movie, and just these films need to just end soon. If five is the last one, believe me, nobody will miss this franchise. If you put it in the hands of somebody competent that cared about the franchise, it would be done better. And Michael Bay is not the guy for the job anymore. There's a reason his movie 13, the 13th Hour, the Benghazi movie, is flopping because nobody cares about Michael Bay movies anymore. He's an idiot. He's producing crap and directing crap, and we're tired of it. And this is living proof. Anyway, that's Revenge of the Fallen. Thumbs down. Don't care about it anymore. The theater experience was good, but at home didn't hold up. And it's just, I'm tired of this franchise. But anyway, that's my review for that. And next time I will be reviewing Dark of the Moon. And I hope I can make it because I still got one more after that. And it's the worst one, in my opinion. So see you guys next time.